Are you truly free, or are you a slave to your own pleasures? The morning scroll. A familiar ritual. You wake up. The world is quiet, the morning light barely creeping through your window. But before you even rub the sleep from your eyes, your hand instinctively reaches for your phone. You unlock it, and the screen lights up. A cascade of notifications, memes, and messages floods your vision. You scroll, searching for something new, something to spark your interest, something to fill the void of those first waking moments. Maybe it's a funny TikTok, a trending tweet, or a news headline that grabs you for a second before you swipe to the next. Sound familiar? Most of us start our day like this, tethered to our devices, chasing a quick hit of stimulation. Maybe you grab a coffee to jolt your brain awake, pop in your earbuds for a podcast, or play a catchy song to shake off the monotony of your commute to work or school. But what happens when the music stops, when the notifications slow down, when you're left with nothing but silence? For most of us, that silence feels wrong, uncomfortable, almost unbearable. So you reach for another distraction, another video, another post, another dose of instant gratification. But what if this cycle isn't as innocent as it seems? What if this relentless pursuit of pleasure, those little moments of dopamine we crave, isn't freedom at all, but a trap? A trap so subtle, so seductive, that we don't even realize we're caught in it. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain on how modern society uses pleasure to control us, conditioning us to stay distracted, docile, and dependent. This isn't about shaming you for enjoying life. It's about asking a question that could change everything. Are you truly in control of your mind, or is it controlling you? If you think you're free, keep watching. Because by the end of this, you might discover that the chains holding you back aren't made of steel. They're made of pleasure. And breaking free might be the hardest, most liberating thing you ever do. The perfect prison, Huxley's warning. Nearly a century ago, two literary giants gave us chilling visions of the future. In 1984, George Orwell warned of a world crushed under the boot of authoritarian control. Cameras everywhere, thoughts policed, freedom erased by force. But Aldous Huxley, in Brave New World, saw something even more insidious. He imagined a society where no one needed to be forced into submission because they were too busy chasing pleasure to care. No chains, no whips, no torture, just endless entertainment, instant gratification, and a drug called soma that numbed every discomfort. In Huxley's world, people didn't rebel because they loved their servitude. They were so drowned in distractions, so addicted to feeling good, that they never even thought to question the system. Now look around you. Does Huxley's vision sound like fiction, or does it hit a little too close to home? We live in a world where pleasure is always just a tap away. Social media feeds tailored to your every whim. Streaming services pumping out shows you can't stop watching. Fast food, online shopping, dating apps, all designed to give you what you want, when you want it, with zero effort. No one's forcing you to spend hours on Instagram or binge an entire series in one night. No one's holding a gun to your head demanding you check your notifications every 5 minutes. Yet why is it so hard to stop? Why does the thought of sitting in silence without a screen or a snack or a song feel so wrong? The answer lies in conditioning. From the moment we're born, we're taught to avoid discomfort at all costs. Our education system rewards rote memorization over critical thinking. Spit back the right answer, get the grade, move on. Our jobs demand endless productivity, leaving little room for reflection or questioning. And the culture of entertainment? It's a fire hose of stimuli. Ads, algorithms, and apps engineered to keep you hooked. Every like, every notification, every perfectly curated post releases a tiny burst of dopamine in your brain, training you to crave more. Over time, you don't just want these distractions, you need them. In Brave New World, citizens were conditioned through hypnopedia, slogans whispered in their sleep to shape their beliefs. A Grammy is better than a dam, they were taught, meaning a dose of soma was better than facing any discomfort. Today, our hypnopedia isn't so overt, but it's just as effective. It's the algorithm that knows exactly what video will keep you scrolling. It's the ad that convinces you one more purchase will make you happy. It's the culture that tells you boredom is the enemy, silence is dangerous, and pleasure is the answer to everything. But here's the scary part. You think you're choosing this. You think you're free. No one's forcing you to live this way, right? But if it's a choice, why does it feel so impossible to break free? Huxley warned us, the perfect slavery doesn't need chains. It just needs you to love your cage. The cost of a pleasure-driven life. Let's try a little experiment. The next time you feel bored, anxious, or restless, don't reach for your phone. Don't open YouTube. Don't grab a snack or pour a drink. Just sit with that feeling. No distractions, no escape, just you and your thoughts. How long can you last? For most of us, it's excruciating. Our brains, wired for instant gratification, start to panic. We feel an itch, a craving, a need to do something to make the discomfort go away. This isn't an accident, it's by design. Tech companies spend billions studying how to keep you engaged. Social media algorithms analyze your every click, tailoring content to trigger that dopamine hit. Marketing campaigns exploit your insecurities, promising happiness in a new gadget, a new outfit, a new subscription. Even the food industry gets in on it, engineering ultra-processed snacks to hijack your taste buds and keep you reaching for more. It's a machine, and you're the fuel. But what's the cost of living this way? Constant pleasure doesn't just distract us, it weakens us. Pain, discomfort, and struggle aren't just annoyances, they're essential. They build resilience, teach us patience, and force us to grow. Think about it. The moments that shaped you most, learning a skill, overcoming a fear, surviving a loss, weren't they born from difficulty? When we avoid discomfort at all costs, we rob ourselves of the chance to evolve. Small setbacks start to feel like the end of the world. Minor frustrations become unbearable. And silence? Silence becomes a void we can't face. This fragility makes us vulnerable. A society of people who can't handle discomfort is a society that's easy to control. If you're addicted to instant gratification, you're less likely to question the system. You're less likely to stand up for yourself. You're less likely to think critically about the world around you. Huxley saw this coming. A society so obsessed with feeling good that it never stops to ask, what am I giving up for this? Imagine a world where no one suffers. No sadness, no frustration, no anxiety, just endless pleasure. Sounds like paradise, right? But look closer. In Brave New World, the citizens were happy, but they were hollow. They had no depth, no growth, no purpose. Their lives were a loop of superficial pleasures, sex, drugs, entertainment, designed to keep them compliant. Today, we may not have soma, but we have its modern equivalents. Social media that validates us instantly, apps that eliminate the effort of connection, algorithms that feed us exactly what we want before we even know we want it. It's all designed to keep discomfort at bay. But at what cost? When we avoid pain, we lose our strength. When we avoid silence, we lose our ability to think. And when we avoid struggle, we lose our capacity to grow. A society of fragile, distracted people is the perfect playground for those who want power without firing a single shot. The question is, are you okay with that? Pleasure versus purpose, the battle for your soul. Let's get personal for a moment. What are you really chasing in life? Happiness or something deeper? Meaning. Society sells us the idea that happiness is the ultimate goal. More likes, more followers, more stuff. But pleasure is a lousy master. That new phone, that viral video, that late-night takeout. It feels good for a moment, then fades. And what's left? Emptiness, a craving for the next hit. It's a cycle that never satisfies. Now think about the moments that truly defined you. Maybe it was the time you worked tirelessly to master a skill even when it felt impossible. Maybe it was a relationship you fought for through tough conversations and compromise. Maybe it was a time you faced loss or failure and came out stronger. Those moments weren't about pleasure. They were about purpose. They required effort, discomfort, and resilience, but they gave you something lasting, a sense of who you are and what you're capable of. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the Holocaust, wrote in Man's Search for Meaning that purpose is what keeps us alive. In the unimaginable horrors of concentration camps, he observed that those who found a reason to keep going, a loved one to live for, a dream to hold on to, were the ones who survived. Pleasure is fleeting. Purpose is enduring. Pleasure keeps you tethered to the moment. Purpose gives you a reason to move forward. But here's the problem. Purpose is hard. It demands introspection, discipline, and the courage to face discomfort head-on. It means saying no to the easy path, the quick dopamine hit, the mindless scroll, the instant gratification. And that's exactly why modern society doesn't want you to seek it. A person with purpose isn't easily swayed by shiny distractions. They don't need constant validation. They're not afraid to question the system. They're free in a way that no amount of pleasure can replicate. Ask yourself, when was the last time you felt truly fulfilled? Not just happy for a moment, but deeply satisfied, like you were building something that mattered? If you're struggling to answer, it might be because you've been chasing pleasure instead of purpose, and the system is counting on that. Breaking the cycle. How to reclaim your mind. So, how do you escape this trap? How do you break free from a world designed to keep you distracted, dependent, and docile? It's not easy. The system is built to make you fail. But it's possible, and it starts with a single choice: to take back control of your mind. Here are 5 practical steps to get you started. Practice strategic deprivation. Pleasure isn't the enemy, but its overuse is a weapon. Try a dopamine detox. Take a break from social media, streaming, or other addictive habits for a day, a week, or even a month. At first, it'll feel like withdrawing from a drug, because it is. Your brain will scream for stimulation, but push through and something incredible happens. You start to find joy in the small things again. A walk, a conversation, a quiet moment. They become enough. Rebuild your tolerance for discomfort. We've been conditioned to see discomfort as the enemy, but it's actually your ally. Start small. Spend 10 minutes a day with no distractions, no phone, no music, just you and your thoughts. Journal about what comes up. Meditate. Go for a walk and leave your earbuds at home. At first, your brain will fight it, craving that dopamine hit. But over time, you'll realize discomfort isn't something to fear. It's something to embrace. It's where growth lives. Cultivate critical thinking. Ask the hard questions. Why do I feel this need to distract myself? Who benefits from my attention? What could I achieve if I weren't trapped in this cycle? The more you question, the more you'll see how much of your behavior was programmed by algorithms, ads, and cultural norms. Critical thinking is your superpower. It's what makes you dangerous to a system that thrives on your passivity. Replace pleasure with purpose. What drives you? What do you want to build, create, or contribute to the world? Maybe it's learning a new skill, volunteering for a cause, or strengthening your relationships. Purpose doesn't have to be grand, it just has to matter to you. Start small, set a goal, make a plan, and take one step toward it every day. Purpose fills the void that pleasure leaves behind, and it gives you a reason to keep going, even when life gets tough. Build a community of like-minded people. Breaking free is hard when everyone around you is still plugged into the system. Seek out others who are questioning, reflecting, and seeking purpose. share your journey, swap ideas, hold each other accountable. A community of critical thinkers is a powerful force. It reminds you that you're not alone in wanting more from life than endless distractions. The price of freedom, and why it's worth it. Here's the hard truth. Choosing freedom comes with a cost. When you start saying no to mindless consumption, you'll stand out. Some people will admire your clarity and strength. Others will feel threatened. Your decision to live with purpose might make friends, family, or co-workers uncomfortable because it forces them to confront their own habits. They might try to pull you back, telling you to just relax or stop overthinking it. They might call you intense, boring, or weird. That's okay. True freedom often comes with loneliness, at least for a while. When you stop distracting yourself, you start to see the world clearly. And not everyone is ready for that. You become a mirror, reflecting what others don't want to face. Their own dependence on pleasure, their own fear of discomfort. But this is where the real work begins. Swimming against the current isn't easy, but it's what makes you free. So what will you choose? Will you keep chasing the next hit of dopamine, knowing it'll leave you empty? Will you keep scrolling, consuming, and avoiding, even as the sense of something missing grows inside you? Or will you take the harder path, facing discomfort, questioning the system, and building a life of purpose? The choice is yours, but it starts with one question. Are you ready to see the world differently? If this video has made you think, if it stirred something inside you, leave a comment below. Have you ever felt trapped in this cycle of instant gratification? Have you noticed how society uses pleasure to keep us in line? Share your story, because questioning is the first step to freedom. And if you're ready to keep exploring these truths, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Here, we don't just go with the flow. We question, we reflect, and we seek the truths no one else wants you to see. This is just the beginning. Let's break free together. See you in the next video.